Philippine National Police Chief Ronald Dela Rosa on Tuesday says the money for the cash gifts for top police officials, quote, didn't come. Dela Rosa says, quote, what I announced yesterday, we were supposed to wait for it, but when I had that press conference, a lot of you were asking about the source of the funds, where it came from. Malacanang, I suppose, was discouraged. We waited until evening, but the cash gifts never came. On Monday, De La Rosa announced a 50,000 pesos to 400,000 peso cash gift from President Rodrigo Duterte to top PNP officials. He says, quote, so the palace said maybe before New Year, we might just be given a sack of rice each. Senator Panfilo Lacson is among critics of the cash gifts. He says, I don't understand why the PNP has to announce hefty cash gifts. It's demoralizing to the others. De La Rosa insists his Tuesday announcement wasn't just a cover-up of the backlash. He says, quote, they can try to look for the money. Malacanang itself said there's no money. A Chinese Santa comes to town for the Defense Department. Chinese Ambassador Zhao Zhanhua on Monday, December 19, turns over a list of defense equipment to Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana. The military reportedly can choose items worth up to $14.4 million or 720 million pesos. Lorenzana says, quote, they have a list. We already have it. We will see what equipment in the list will be useful to us. I think we can get some small arms, a number of fast boats, and some night vision goggles. It's not much, $14.4 million worth. He adds they will finalize the list before year end and then submit it to the Chinese embassy. The equipment is expected in the first half of 2017. Lorenzana says China also committed to give the military a soft loan for some big-ticket items needed by the Duterte administration in its fight against terrorism and illegal drugs. Turkish authorities on Tuesday arrests 6 people over the assassination of the Russian ambassador to Turkey by an off-duty policeman. Ambassador Andrei Karlov was shot 4 times in the back by Turkish policeman Mevlut Shmurt Altintas as he opened a Russian photography exhibition in Ankara. The cop shouts Allahu Akbar and then talks about pledging allegiance to jihad in Arabic. Switching to Turkish, he then says, quote, don't forget about Syria, don't forget about Aleppo. All those who participate in this tyranny will be held accountable. Media attending the show opening were shocked to see the murder happening before their eyes, capturing the killing in footage and photos. Turkish state media says the gunman was neutralized by the police. Russian President Vladimir Putin says, quote, we have to know who directed the hand of the killer. Kremlin says a Russian investigative team is flying to Turkey to probe the murder. A 3-way meeting between the foreign ministers of Turkey, Russia, and Iran in Moscow over the Syria crisis is set to go ahead despite the killing. A truck plows into a busy Christmas market in Berlin on Monday, killing at least 12 people and wounding at least 48 more in what police say was a suspected terror attack. German police say they're treating the incident as a probable terrorist attack. A German police spokeswoman says the truck driver has been detained while the passenger died. The truck driver was supposedly an asylum seeker from Afghanistan or Pakistan who arrived in Germany in February. The man was known to police for minor crimes but not for links to terrorism. Follow Rappler.com for continuing updates. China returns a United States underwater probe it seized in the South China Sea. The Pentagon says the Chinese Navy handed over the drone near where it was seized. A Chinese naval vessel seized the probe last week around 50 nautical miles northwest of Subic Bay in the Philippines. The Pentagon earlier said the U.S. Navy probe was, quote, conducting routine operations in the international waters of the South China Sea in full compliance with international law.